Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Kicking off the Tuesday session, the Australian dollar holds to a moderate bullish holding after rebounding in front of the level of 66.5070 as the dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of six major currencies, pared back some of its gains from Friday and dropped from 105.24 and settled at 104.60. On the economic front for the Australian dollar, according to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, the Australian seasonal adjusted retail sales rose today by 1.9% versus a 1.5% market forecast, and with the previous being negative 3.9%. All eyes now turn to the Australian CPI, which looks to Wednesday's price action likely to be more volatile as we've recently seen, and therefore still keeping an eye on this base around 66.5070, as I'm not ruling it out or abandoning this level for a challenge, as I feel the market upstep may be soon short-lived, and therefore looking back towards the region of 67.65. Looking at the euro, well, the market is holding to a relatively modest bullish rise since looking to the recent support area around 105.25. From the rebound, we're not fully convinced yet as a break to the upside will support a bullish move, and therefore I feel that we may see a rejection from around 106.45 and look back to the downside and reassess from that base, as I mentioned, at 105.25. The dollar yen, the market still holds to a relatively firm case since breaking above 136, and it presently looks towards the region at this stage at 136.70. Due to the break of 136, may see further gains and up towards 140 to 142 in the broader scheme of things. In the short term, though, any pullback should find support around 135.85. A slightly firmer stance when it comes to the sterling after news that the British Prime Minister has struck a new deal on post-Brexit trade rules for Northern Ireland with the European Union President. However, from a technical point, I don't feel this rally will last and therefore could look for a drop back towards the base, seen somewhere around 119.60-65, with any advances seeing a cap around 120.95.05. Finishing up with gold and oil, well, the market at this stage still holds to a negative case, and we could still see further slide, with the initial target holding at 1,786.89, with any advances looking for a cap around 1,823 to 1,833. And finishing up with oil, the market's a little bit cloudy after the recent up challenge has lost momentum and now falling back to the support. Now, a break of 74.80 would give further indication to the downside and reinstate the target around 72.40.60, and with a cap seen roughly around 77.20.40. So do keep an eye on that support at 74.80. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.